Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to be here tonight to accept this award. It's honestly a dream come true, and I feel so accomplished to be standing on this stage right now. And while I have your undivided attention, I'd like to take a stance and inform everyone that I am an ally. That's right, I'd love to express my support and admiration for a group of individuals who have been mistreated quite a bit over the past several years. That's right, I stand with film fans who just want to watch an award show without being lectured to by entitled rich people. Let's discuss.
I watch so you don't have to.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
You know, I'd like to come on here just about 48 hours removed from the biggest award show of the year for the art form that I love more than any other. And I'd like to tell you that I now feel inspired, and I am very much looking forward to checking out some of these movies that I might have missed this past year. That's what the Oscars should be about to me. It should be about informing the public of great movies that they might have missed.
That makes sense.
And truthfully, if you can sift through all the bullshit, you still might be able to find that message in there somewhere. Instead, unfortunately, more often than not, when it comes to these award shows, the bullshit is just too much to ignore. And somehow, while watching this show, I came to the conclusion that it got worse this year. I will never be able to understand how we have actual, real-world proof that celebrity endorsements of people or ideas mean absolutely jack shit to regular everyday people. And yet every chance they get, they seemingly cannot resist the urge to lecture you as much as possible.
Stop it!
The Oscars ceremony this year showed me more than anything else that these celebrities have learned absolutely nothing. And what we have is a very sad state of affairs because we have people on live television saying they stand with this or they support that, and it's pretty much all falling on deaf ears. Either nobody gives a shit enough to actually watch the Oscars in the first place, or you have people like myself who are desperately trying to hold on to the idea of what the film industry once was for us. In the past, people would watch shows like this to be informed about filmmaking and the filmmakers who are putting in the work. But instead, what we get is a lot of people presumably pretending to care about something just because it's the trendy thing to do. And I'm sorry, it all comes off as very disingenuous and frankly annoying, and nothing is going to change that. I swear to you, almost every single acceptance speech I heard had some kind of political social message contained within it.
Message!
I want to take you back to just a few years ago when I was a much different person. A much more naive person. Someone who was less informed. I used to be of the opinion that if you are able to put in the work and reach the pinnacle of this industry, that being the Oscars, then you can use that time to talk about whatever you want. The problem is that sometime over the past few years, those moments have become way too frequent. To the point that it actually feels like it's dominating the show, and I'm sorry, that's just not the right way to reach people. You see, in some of these celebrities' mind, they have this platform, and they need to use that platform on the biggest stage to advocate for something.
No, don't like that.
But there's a couple of problems with that. For one, you are speaking from a position of privilege, and a lot of people just don't want to hear it from you. And two, in reality, saying that you stand with something or saying that you support something does not impact that thing in any way like you think it does. And as a result, every time someone does something like this, it all feels very performative. Do you honestly think that there aren't certain causes that I care about? Issues that will impact my own and my family's future? Of course there are, but here's the thing, you will never see me talk about them on this platform. And it doesn't matter if I have 10 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, I will not be promoting these ideas because it is not the right time or place.
Goddamn right, that's the only way I work, Cap.
People come to my channel to hear me talk about movies and entertainment news. Most people used to watch the Oscars because we love the filmmaking process and we want to know more about it. What no one wants in either of those situations is someone stepping outside of their lane and trying to be a part-time activist on a stage that is supposed to be about celebrating film. When we say shut up and act, or shut up and direct, or shut up and write, this is what we mean. As Ricky Gervais once said, these people are in no position to lecture people about what is right and wrong. And yet they continue to do it every single year, and that is precisely why the film industry is in the shape that it's currently in. Aside from all of that, Anora was the big winner of the Oscars. Now, I'm in no position to say whether or not this movie deserved Best Picture or not, because I honestly have not seen it. But based on all of the reactions I'm seeing around it, it does kind of feel like the trendy pick. Basically, Amelia Perez fell off a cliff because of all of the controversy, and Anora slid right into that position.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really, really well.
And you know what? I don't even really need to see the movie to come to this conclusion, because this is not necessarily a commentary on the quality of that film, but I can very much see a situation where this movie is no longer talked about after the Oscar buzz dies down. And I can say that confidently because this has been another problem with the Oscars for years now. Increasingly, it feels like whoever wins these awards wins them due to some kind of backstage ulterior motive. We already have many examples of the Academy ruining the credibility of their own once prestigious award. Not to mention the voting process has come under scrutiny this year, and rightfully so. When we had anonymous voters coming forward and flat out admitting their personal biases towards certain films, or just flat out openly admitting that they had limited knowledge of the films and talent they are voting for or against. So how in the ever-loving Christ am I supposed to take a movie like Anora seriously as a Best Picture winner?
Absolutely f***ing not.
Not to mention we had Anora winning huge, and then we had movies like Dune 2 largely going unrecognized. I mean, Denis Villeneuve wasn't even nominated for Best Director this year. Please make it make sense. We also had Demi Moore, the snub of the century, losing out to, you guessed it, Mickey Madsen from Anora. To complicate things further, and this goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, more than a few individuals who won awards for Anora, after doing so, took the opportunity to acknowledge the sex worker community.
A, she was a hooah. B, she was a hooah.
And I can honestly say that I thought this was a joke at first, but then I kept hearing people say it and I realized they were all being serious. Hollywood is truly never going to beat these weirdo allegations. And that's the thing. They truly live in their own world with their own ideology, and they are of the opinion that everyone is going to agree with them because of their influence. I hate to break it to most of you, but you are no longer as influential as you once were. Maybe if you reverted your attention back to making movies and entertaining people more than anything else, you might gain back some of that relevancy that you've lost. Aside from all of that, I do have to give credit where credit is due. On more than one occasion, nominees or even the host of the show talked about the importance of saving the theater experience. Now that is a cause that I can get behind, and it is relevant to the conversations that should be had at a show like this. Unfortunately, that message gets lost and muddled amongst all of the other important messages that we hear vomited from everyone's mouth throughout the entire course of this ceremony.
Tell me when I'm telling lies!
Here's the bottom line. When you do this, you are not reaching new people. You are not changing anyone's mind. You are simply pushing people further and further away from understanding and supporting the cause that you find so important. Because you are talking about it in a place and during a time where it does not belong. I understand that we all want to make the world a better place, but we should not be looking to celebrities to tell us how to do that.
Y'all be cool. Right on.